Coward dies 1,000 deaths. A soldier dies but once.
Today in the United States of America, the United States government, the progressive left within it, is using a lot of propaganda to get the people to do exactly what they want, is to riot and hit the streets in this time of social unrest and the economic collapse of America right around the corner. Patrick Henry, the liberties of the people never were nor ever will be secure when the transactions of the rulers will be concealed from them. Do you remember when healthcare reform was going to pass and Nancy Pelosi said, in order for you to read it, you got to just pass it? And look at our system today. Our premiums went up, we're getting less coverage, and this coming up tax season, the American people are going to get a really nice punch in the stomachs when their tax return comes, or they have to pay a little bit more into the system. And have you even heard of terrorism bill HR 8791? Why don't you do a little bit more research on that one too, America? Next is going to be the militarization of your local police departments by the federal government. This Obama administration just announced they got a new training program, Task Force for the 21st Century in Policing, and they're equipping them with new programs like Beware in a city near you. They're going to assess the threat level of each and every one of its citizens with social media. Either you're going to be green or blue or red. I think I'm a red because I'm exposing government tyranny. They're giving them equipment like Stingray, data mining all your personal information without a freaking warrant. And they're equipping them with Humvees and Raptors. These are bomb-resistant vehicles that were over there in Afghanistan and Iraq, but now they're going to be used on the American people, public. But America, it ain't going to make things safer. It's just a police state. Don't get it twisted. Don't believe this bullshit. You know this public service that we have from Washington and your local communities? You know your president on down to your local police departments. They all swore to take an oath to protect the United States Constitution, which the Constitution protects the United States people. But if they don't obey that oath, why in the hell do they take it? Because they're all throwing us under the frickin' bus. They don't give a damn what happens to you, your liberties, or this frickin' country. But what is it Americans' concerns of understanding the consequences to all those actions? Third is going to be the FCC and net neutrality. They say they're going to go out to internet providers to make sure they don't start charging us to access certain websites or slow us down. But that's a bunch of bullshit, don't believe it. What they're actually going to do is put a governing board to make sure certain knowledge isn't going to get out to the mass public. What they're going to do is make certain websites get permits to get the flow of information that we share with one another or access these places. They're going to go to your inbox and they're going to block access of information that you could receive. You tell me how any of that's going to make things better. It's the stop of free speech as we know it on the World Wide Web. See, the United States Constitution isn't an instrument of the government to restrain its people, but it is an instrument of the people to restrain its government. But how many of Americans would know that? That it states in the Declaration of Independence, whenever a government gets too excessive and too out of control, it is the right and the obligation of the people to abolish that government and put new guards up for the republic. The best form of government, America, is the one that governs the least.